Friends,
the Indian government has finally sat down for talks with the CJP protesters. Senior Union Minister Nadda and Jitendra Singh met leaders of the Cockroach Janta Party, which has been leading the protest over the alleged NEET paper leak. The meeting comes just a day after Prime Minister Narendra Modi announced fast-track courts and a new law to crack down on examination paper leaks. But despite these moves, the protests are not over. The opposition says the government's response still falls short. First, the latest developments. On Friday, Union Minister Nadda and Jitendra Singh held talks with CJP leaders Saurabh Das and Ashutosh Ranka in New Delhi. The discussions took place after the government reportedly accepted two conditions put forward by the protesters. According to the CJP, the centre assured that there would be no legal action against peaceful protesters and that families of students affected by the examination irregularities would receive compensation. However, the group's biggest demand remains unchanged. It continues to seek the resignation of Union Education Minister Dharmendra Pradhan. Meanwhile, Congress leader Rahul Gandhi intensified the opposition's attack. Addressing a press conference, he repeated three demands. First, he said Union Education Minister Dharmendra Pradhan should be removed, holding him politically responsible for the examination crisis. Second, he demanded action against those responsible for the alleged use of force against protesting students. And third, he called on Prime Minister Narendra Modi to apologize to students and their families for what he described as the failure of the examination system. Rahul Gandhi also criticized Delhi University's advisory asking students to stay away from the protest, saying students should not be threatened for exercising their democratic rights. The government, however, says that it has already started taking action. Prime Minister Modi has announced that the cabinet will introduce a bill providing for fast-track courts and stricter punishment for those involved in examination paper leak. He also said that thousands of accused have already been arrested and that conducting fresh examination quickly was the government's immediate priority so that students did not lose an academic year. Another important development came late on Thursday night. Social activist Sonam Wangchuk ended his 26-day hunger strike after receiving a written assurance from the union government on examination reforms. Wangchuk said he insisted on written guarantees before calling off his protest, saying verbal assurances alone were not enough. So where does that leave the movement now? For the first time since the protest began, there is now a formal dialogue between the government and protesting leaders. But the biggest political demand, the resignation of the education minister, remains unresolved. The government is focusing on legal reforms and faster punishment. The protesters and the opposition say that accountability at the highest level must come first.